Alright, so now it's time to disassemble the power shaft clutch and have a look inside and see what we might find. Now bear in mind we're doing this for this particular video, we're doing this Rockshaft housing, disassembling it off of the tractor. You can do it on the tractor without disassembling the Rockshaft, at least to remove the power shaft clutch and assess what you need to do as far as parts. If you do it on the tractor, it's important to note that if you have a 3-point hitch on your 20 or 30 series 2-cylinder tractor, you will have to remove it and the right side draft link support, also known as the elephant ear, as it interferes with clutch linkage and so on. You also have to disconnect the power shaft clutch foot linkage and remove it completely from this arm that engages and disengages the clutch. Now, to remove the power shaft clutch, you don't need to do anything special. It doesn't matter if it's engaged or disengaged. I recommend doing it disengaged personally. Remove all the bolts around the housing like this. And I think there's two studs in this case, and then several bolts. We're lucky enough on the 30 series that John Deere put tabs on each side to use a pry bar to help break the seal between the gasket and the cover. So we've done that, and it's broken loose, and also note we've got the oil drained. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Now this is you got to be prepared because it is a little bit heavy. We'll see if I can manage to smash any fingers. There's a lot of weight as it comes out. And it's really important to make sure that we don't lose any pieces as we do this. You notice one of the brass ears that engages and disengages your power shaft clutch on the cam actually fell down. We've got to find that. So looks like we have some nice cruddy nasty stuff inside of this power shaft clutch, as probably was indicated by the oil that came out of it. Just a little tip, something I like to do if I have the Rockshaft on the tractor and it's still running, is do yourself a favor, drain the oil from your Rockshaft and find out what you have. If it's really thick and it looks like you have gear lube, that could be one cause of your power shaft clutch possibly failing. 90 weight in the power shaft clutch can actually cause the linings to overheat and come apart. And the reason for 90 weight getting in there is one of two things. Either somebody put gear lube in the power shaft clutch not knowing any different, or the seals on your input shaft have failed, allowing gear lube to go in to your pump and ultimately into your power shaft clutch. But aside from just draining that oil, it's also a good idea, best practice, to replace the plug, put it back. And I recommend you could use kerosene or diesel fuel, something that will act as somewhat of a solvent. Personally, I like kerosene. Put it back in, engage your power shaft, and let the tractor and whatnot run for 10 minutes, and then drain it and before disassembling, and you'll have a much cleaner area to work with in your power shaft clutch. And unless you just really like grease. So we're going to go ahead and the next video segment tear apart the clutch.